revenge as they are one round away from closing out this map with a hot 6-0.
So Faccento is saying to watch him. He wants us to see what he's going to do.
We're going to watch Faccento.
Has he got a little?
He said, "Watch this."
Watch this were his exact words.
Let's see what he's got.
This could be humiliating for him if he don't produce something special.
He did see somebody. He's waiting for the challenge. He's getting right in the face with a sniper. He doesn't have a secondary. ASM1 chooses not to use it. Hello? Got him! Looking for another now. Faccento last with 2v3. Spots another, gets him! Faccento looking for the ace. Misses that shot. Gets the thing! Faccento drives for the quick scope. Faccento said to watch him, and we did. And he's pointing at us right now as he just got the ace with the sniper. Incredible plays out of Faccento. Wow. It's the coolest thing that any player has ever done. He literally pointed at us. That's like walking up in baseball and pointing out where your home run is going to be.
Alright guys, TouchGrabber here today, and yesterday was a sad day for Call of Duty. Bryce Faccento has retired from professional Call of Duty, and it will be very interesting to see what next step this man will take, because he has had a really good career, and I'm sure a lot of you guys in the comment section below really like this player. I don't think he really made any enemies at all. He was known as a really smart player. He had some fantastic tournament results, was the MVP at Studio Las Vegas at the start of Infinite Warfare. So today we're going to talk through his career, go through where his next steps may lay throughout the rest of, his career and hopefully in esports, as he says in this tweet here. So like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new as always, and yeah, leave your thoughts on this player and where he can potentially go in the comment section below. We don't get retirements too often in Call of Duty, so when there is one, especially of this caliber, I thought it's worth covering at the very least. So Faccento says this yesterday: "I've officially retired from being a professional Call of Duty player. I will never forget the friendships and memories that came along with it. With that being said, I'm extremely excited to step outside my comfort zone and pursue other opportunities in the esports industry." A lot of pros and a lot of casters gave their support to Faccento as a result of this, so, I'll just scroll through a few of them here. There's really too many to talk through exactly, but this guy was clearly really well liked in the Call of Duty community, and, well, hopefully he will move on to a bigger and better home, because there's definitely a lot of opportunities that could have this guy's name on, and a lot of people have been talking about the opportunity potentially for Faccento to get on the desk. So yeah, as you can see, so many responses right here. Let's have a look through his career. So as you read through some of these results here, I'm going to scroll up in a second, and we've got to talk about where his next steps may lie. It does appear, of course, he's been released from, or, well, he's retired, so I guess that works, but he's been released, I guess, from Evil Geniuses, and rumoured to be replaced by Attach on that team. So Exotic Royalty Goonjar Felony was with Faccento, and now he will be with Attach. It does seem, not confirmed or anything, but that is what that team seems to be. And, well, whether he got dropped off this team, whether he decided to retire voluntarily, probably more likely he got dropped and he decided, okay, probably not going to get another opportunity in the Pro League. Maybe the form that I used to have a couple of years ago hasn't quite been there as of late, even though he did have a really good Pro League qualifier. I'll go through all the statistics here in just a couple of minutes' time, but there's definitely some calls of where his potential next steps may lie here, because, of course, the analyst desk has raised a lot of criticism against it in the community. People don't tend to like the contributions that Pac-Man and Study especially are making. They prefer it would be more analytical, and a guy like Faccento seems to be the perfect guy for something like that. Maybe he even saw that as an opportunity when he made this decision, rather than trying to play in the amateur circuit or trying to get on another Pro League team, because he's always had a really analytical mind. People consider this guy's a really smart player. As you'll see at the clip right at the end of this video here, his most famous play, I think, that Infection 1v3 with Glitch. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you stick around towards the end. It's a fantastic clutch, and those kind of plays really what set Faccento apart. He's considered a very smart player, very analytical mind for the game, and he was a real godlike player back a couple of years ago. Hasn't really shown that the last year or two, but definitely still a very solid player, at least in terms of his mental side of the game. So be really interested to hear his perspective, I think, on a lot of things, but at the same time, he's hanging a lot around the 100 Thieves guys. I know that Nature, I think, had some sort of party for some sort of anniversary was going on, maybe with 100 Thieves, and the only couple of pros that were really invited to that were the guys on the 100 Thieves team, and then like JCap and, of course, Faccento were also there. So he's kind of close with the 100 Thieves guys and Mardog and that. So potentially he could go towards the 100 Thieves, like the management or something like that. That's maybe an opportunity that he has laid speed up. It doesn't seem like in his tweet that he has everything completely planned out, but that's definitely an opportunity. He could go into a managing side of things. I'm sure there's a lot of opportunities that will raise themselves for this guy, because a very talented player, a very smart guy it does seem, and well, we'd be blessed I think to get him on the desk. If that doesn't happen, hopefully he has a fantastic future as he moves forward in esports. We would love to see that. So let's go through some of his results. Started back in Black Ops 2. The real famous result I think was here at CoD Champs 2015 under Team Revenge. Remy, Naga, Faccento and Aqua. They have this incredible run to finish second to, of course, the Denial team, with Clayster just dominating it. So Revenge had this really good winners bracket run. They beat FaZe Red, then they beat Prophecy, who came 3rd and 4th in the tournament because they ended up playing FaZe Red again later on. And then when they went down to the losers bracket here, they lost to Denial eventually. Then they beat FaZe Red again and then finally lost to Denial in the final. Really unexpected run of things through this tournament. People were not expecting these guys to come out as hot as they did. Faccento comes 2nd at Champs. He comes 3rd the next year, 4th the year after that, with, well, a lot of the same players on his team. He's had a long tenure with Aqua especially. So he was a really talented player in Advanced Warfare. Going on to Black Ops 3, once again, this Elevate team towards the end of the year was really, really scary. They came 2nd at Anaheim, 3rd at Orlando. They were probably the closest competitors that Optic Gaming really had at this point. And then when Optic fell off towards, when Champs, when they lost to Team Envious and ended up losing to Cloud9, of course, the famous situation, Elevate still had a very solid run. They came 3rd at the end of the day. They did, of course, lose that series to Splice, and a lot of people thought back-to-back years, maybe they'll go all the way this time, but Envy, of course, were able to take it. And then in Infinite Warfare, they won the very first event, the Las Vegas Open. This is where Faccento was the absolute god with the OSA, if you remember that weapon. It kind of looks like the ARX, and it had really extreme vertical recoil, but the pros could control it super well. There were so many of them on the map. And Faccento was, of course, using Rewind. He was using the skinny bot at this event. And, well, he had a fantastic time of it. On Rise Nation at the time with Looney, Aqua and Felony. Aqua is real partner in crime for a very long time. And Faccento, 1.20 KD over the course of the event. Got the MVP. So, definitely a highlight of his career to some degree. Kept that team throughout the entirety of Infinite Warfare pretty much. And, well, they did end up coming 4th at Champs despite a really lackluster rest of the year. So, they always tended to turn it around in time for Champs. But last year was a little bit different. He had the opportunity to play with Gunless very briefly on the Echo Fox team before, of course, he went over to the Rise Nation squad that Faccento had left, and eventually he rejoins with Aqua towards the end of the year, and they have some decent success with Temp and Sates on that team. 4th at Seattle. They always looked relatively scary, but they had a disappointing Champs where they lost to Tommy's Vitality. And yeah, that really spelled the end for that lineup. Goes on to G2, comes top 16 at Las Vegas. Did have a pretty tough performance there, at least on the personal statistics line of things. And then, of course, he goes into this Evil Geniuses squad. They qualify for the Pro League at 5-1, but since then he hasn't been performing spectacularly. So I think it's a good time for Faccento maybe to step away from Call of Duty. He hasn't been the player that he was a couple of years ago. If you think you've got other opportunities on the table, it makes sense probably to step away now and try and explore those than your stock and your career going down the drain and people always remembering the player that you were when you finish your career rather than the player that you were a couple of years ago, which I'm sure a lot of people remember now, and all the success this guy had a couple of years back. So to look through some statistics, these were his stats from CWL Vegas, and yeah, at a 0.76, not spectacular, it was on the very last page. Then at the Pro League qualifier, completely turned it around, 1.12 adjusted KD, 1.11 KD overall, and yeah, that's over 20 maps, so Faccento completely turned it around. I think they had a couple of role switches on Evil Geniuses. And then we have this player card, courtesy of EasyMac. I'll leave all his links in the description box below. This is Faccento throughout the Pro League so far. He's pretty much been using a Sorg. He had a couple of really good maps towards the end of this week, or to the end of the second week, of course. The final week where they finally won a series against Reciprocity. But yeah, his statistics overall, they were 1 in 6, of course, weren't great. And I'm sure they were looking to make a change. And Faccento was the man. They decided, okay, this is the guy we've got to cut. He had a 0.78 or something like that. Now, of course, they're losing a lot of maps. They're losing a lot of series. Difficult to maintain a high KD, even if his teammates, I'm sure, were also struggling in this department as well. But yeah, definitely not the best Pro League for him, and he's decided it's time to step away from Call of Duty. So I'm just going to scroll through some Reddit comments as a response to this. One other idea that I've seen is a S&D coach for one of the league teams. Now, that's actually a pretty damn good idea. Maybe Faccento manages to get as a coach on one of the top tier league squads. Now, maybe there's not too many top tier league squads that actually need a coach anymore. A lot of them already have one, but that's definitely an new that Faccento could potentially explore. Of course, the analyst desk is one of them, and potentially going into some sort of management role, general manager or Call of Duty manager or something like that. He definitely has connections within the scene. He's definitely a good friend to a lot of people, so I'm hopeful that he can get something like that. So I'll just scroll through some more Reddit comments, and then I'll leave you guys in this video with some of Faccento's most famous clips. In the past, when I did a video on Sensor retiring, I didn't really include any clips of his. We're going to end this with some of, you know, his more famous clips, the 1v3s, the famous moments from Faccento, a little bit of a tribute to this player, and well, we'll have to see whether we get more retirements of this kind of caliber going along over time, because Faccento's a pretty OG name, let's put it that way, and well, we had Sensor retiring a few months ago. Whether we will see other names that have been around several years also retiring in the coming months, maybe if they don't have the opportunity to get on a franchise team because they haven't got the skill that they once used to have, then well, we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, it's an interesting scenario. Maybe this will set a precedent down the line, but I hope and I wish all the best for Faccento going forward. So thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the clips in the outro. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.
So if you were Elevate trying to get bomb down, this is the site you'd like to get it down at because it makes formal almost a non-factor trying to push in. It doesn't matter though. Grim is able to pick up a big two-piece on the Elevate side of the map. It's just going to be Faccento inside of the B-bomb site. Uses glitch, ends up basically in the same spot that he was. They have absolutely no clue. It's going to be Faccento versus Grim here, and Faccento clutches yet again with glitch.
Faccento with the glitch has been the superstar of this weekend.
And let's see what he's able to do. They're going for the 2 points. They're going for the win. They're going for the win here. Trying to get it. Replay is going to go up, and he puts it in. 34 seconds left to Niall with a 1-point lead.
Nagafen out of bullets as well. Aqua, though, his teammate on the objective.
Aqua.
Intercepting it out of the air.
Aqua's gonna
and here's 3 down.
It's going to be a huge stop here.
There's
they
1
got
player.
it. No!
There's 1 player at the base.
They got it. They got it. They got it. Revenge gets a 2-point play, and now they're in the lead.
Without a doubt, the most entertaining game in Advanced
It's not done
Warfare.
yet. It's not done yet, Puckett.
Oh, it's done.
Oh, no.
It's done, boys.
It's done now. Aqua with that kill. Seal the deal. Throw it out. Reset. Revenge wins it. Holy mother effing S. Revenge. Look at him. Team Revenge all fired up.
And if you think
Look at
Clay's
Miley
a hype
Cyrus
man,
twerks down there.
you got to take a look at Faccento. He's standing up, pounding his chest.
Aqua push up to the side. RK5 in hand. Can't win that engagement. It's all up to Faccento. He's got glitch news here, but it's a 1v3. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Also has the bomb. EMP check into the bomb site. Knows this player's still behind the site. Takes down spacing. Nice shots. Traded. Slowly it comes to the engagement. He glitches out as well. Can he find the third? No! Faccento! Faccento!
Glitch! Oh my God! Bryce! Go! Bryce! Bryce! Horrible! Horrible! Let's go! Horrible! Oh my God! A man of war couldn't save him. Wow! Jesus!
One shot. He's going on the right. He glitched. Oh, Jesus, man. Come on.
Bro!
He slid behind the sandbags, dude.
Traded. Slowly it comes to the engagement. He glitches out as well. Can he find the third? No!
Faccento! That is how you clutch a 1 versus 3. That was unbelievable use of glitch there. Boy, see you later.